Hello everybody. I did more brace training with Cricket. He's doing so well. As you can see here, first setup, he's already bracing. I didn't really get his back, but that's okay. I do get his entire body in shots later on in the video. He's doing really good with walking. He's doing really good with all this other stuff. We tried something new today, which you'll see later on in the video. We tried walking him on the treadmill, but that's after bracing because I wanted to not tire him out for this, as this was what he needed to work on to be very stable with how he's bracing. Right here, you can really see his leg muscles. It's really cool to be able to see that from a different perspective instead of being right above him, because at that angle, I could not see any of that muscling happening in the back of him. Right here, I'm just trying to scoot back, see if he'll push against me while we're having all four of his feet on the ground, which he is not yet, but this is only his third day bracing, so no worries. I always try to praise him and adjust his halter afterwards so that he's more comfortable and so that he gets positive reinforcement after he does something right. That way he's more likely to want to do it in the future and be more enthusiastic about it. This was a really nice setup. He's got a good brace on him. He's pushing against me and he releases really well. I'm adjusting the halter again here. Every time I brace, the halter just gets shifted a lot because I have to hold him right behind the head. And it looks like I'm just like lifting up his head. That's not really what's happening. I have my entire leg and my knee and some of my hip against him, and he's pushing against my entire body then. Right here, I'm just checking. It sounded like he crunched on something, so I'm checking to see. He kind of has weird teeth, so I was telling him about how he has a gap in his teeth. But he's, yeah, he's not resisting at all. He's just kind of letting me. And you can see there that his whole body was against me. I got this angle from the back to really show how his leg was bracing. It was a nice angle there. Sometimes right after a brace, he's really reluctant to do anything because he's like, hey, we just did something. Let's not do anything. But I eventually get him to move around. A lot of times I'll do this maneuver where I spin him a little bit. But you can see this is a really nice brace from this angle. You can see his back went nice and straight. It was really uniform. He was tensing his muscles up really well. Then again, he kind of does that to start with. It's funny because some goats, their tails will go straight up when they brace, and sometimes they'll go straight down. It just depends on your goat. Mine has got a really, really long tail. Cricket is a very long-tailed boy. I'm just walking around here and the camera's following me. Walking around. This is when we're going to the treadmill, so you'll be able to see that in a minute. This was, yeah, his third day bracing, and then here is his first time walking back home from this side of the pen. It was dark out. The sun sets pretty early here, so it was pretty dark. He knows where he's going. He always knows when it's time to go home. So he's always kind of doing that. Again, there's another gate there. He knows where his neighbors are. He knows that these sheep right here are next to his home and that gate there is his home. These gates kind of swing open and don't lock, and then some of them do lock and some of them don't, and some of them stay locked, some of them just push open. It's kind of hard to open and close them while trying to film or pull him. He doesn't know what he's doing here. He does not want to step up on it at first, but then he's like, okay, I'll do it. So right here, he's like, okay, we're doing that. So I actually start him off going backwards. That's me turning it on here. He got really scared because, again, he's never done this before. This is his first time being in this thing. But I'm just kind of sitting there. I'm right there so that he either has to push against me or walk backwards. He's walking backwards here. You can't really see because of the walls of the thing. But that is for his safety, that he doesn't run out the side and get his leg caught in anything. But you can see where he doesn't do it right and he just kind of is pushed up against me. It's really hard to see here, but it's funny to just see his body moving, like he's not walking or anything, he's just kind of moving. I grabbed the camera here so you can see my view. You can see me holding him. Here he's just like trying to get out. So I had to fight him a little bit because he was trying to jump off. He's like, yeah. And then I let him jump off. After that, I did it where he was going forwards, and he did really well going forwards. It's just going backwards was really weird for him. So, yeah, that was his first time on the treadmill and some more bracing practice. So, hope you enjoyed.